Assalamu alaikum everybody, said I'm back again with another YouTube video. Today's YouTube video, guys, is going to be going over how I made $1,700 in one trade. It is the biggest trade I've ever made. It is the biggest day I've ever had. I'm going to show you exactly how I did it and how you can potentially capitalize off this as well. And yep, so don't mind the iron stand in the back, guys. I have a bunch of chores that I have yet to do. So, gotta do those, but wanted to get this video out for you guys first. Now, in full transparency, this is from my prop firm account. Okay, then now I will go over this. The reason why I actually took this trade about a month ago, the reason I didn't go over it up until now was because TrueForexFunds, which is the prop firm I'm funded with, ended up going kablooey, right? It ended up shutting down and freezing its operations. I had no idea what was going to go on, so I didn't want to make this video on it. But now they have restarted their operations, which is fantastic for me. So now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going over the video and showing you guys proof. All right. Now, again, one of the other reasons I wanted to wait until TrueForexFunds potentially came back was to show you guys proof. I have this proof in the community tab showing you that yes, I did actually make 1678, $1,677.98 after commissions and everything. So this is the total profit that I made off of one trade. I had the proof of this right over here. However, I didn't want to just show this to you guys because this could be fake, guys, right? I could just show you guys a demo account. So I wanted to show you real life proof, which is why I was waiting for them to come back. So you'll notice, guys, this is a funded account right over here. You'll notice it says passed and everything. I am funded on this account. And you'll notice, see over here, January 30th, about a month ago, two trades, one winner, one loser, $1,400. And then if you go over here, you'll notice best trade, 1677. So I am waiting for a payout, guys. I just have to do a little bit more things, and then I can get a payout. Now, one thing, guys, you'll notice that there's a bunch of winners and small losers over here. So don't worry about that. I only actually took 3 legitimate trades, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, I should say 4 legitimate trades. These trades I don't count because I was just messing around. I couldn't really care less about that. These 2 trades, one was break even, one was a loser. This one was a loser, and then I had a big winner. Okay, so those were like the 4 legitimate trades that I took, only between, of course, 2 days, January 24th and January 30th. The other trades, don't worry about. All right. Anyways, let's go over back in time and see exactly why I won the trade that I won and why I took the trade. So we're gonna go back in time over here. Okay. So what do you notice about the market in this phase right over here? The market is just choppy. All right. We're not doing anything. Now, yes, you could consider the fact that we're in an uptrend over here slightly, right? But we're not really in a strong uptrend, right? Like this is a strong uptrend. You can tell making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. This is very clear. This is not so clear. Okay. It's really not anything that, excuse me. Sorry, I just got a notification from my stock trading account. It's not something that I really would consider to be an uptrend, even though technically you could say it is, right? But it doesn't matter. I wasn't trading this entire time because it was just too choppy. You notice this was a loss again. This was the first trade that I took on the account, so we were in an uptrend. I thought we were going to go down from a key level. Didn't end up happening that way. I mean, it did actually end up happening, but I was just a little bit too early on that. Anyways, we're gonna fast forward now, right? So let's continue to see go forward, all right? Then out of nowhere, we just get this massive spike up, right? I'm like, okay. Now, what happened the last time we had a massive spike up, right? Going back in time again a little bit, you notice massive spike up. What do? Go down, consolidate, come back to this key level in the market, right? We can plot out this level right over here, and we just come back to this level, go down, come back to this level, go down, come back to this level, go down. So the market wasn't moving that nicely during this moment in time, right? And so when I had this extremely sharp move, now you'll notice this move was sharper than this move, right? This move took a little bit of time. This move just happened right away. Bam. This explosion through this level of resistance. And so now I'm waiting to see what's going to end up happening. Are we going to go back down to the support level, retest and continue going up? Or are we going to go down? So what do you notice? We don't do anything a lot. We don't do a lot. We just have this consolidation. But what I do notice is that price is continuously halting along this area. So what I was expecting to happen was kind of something similar to this, right? Where have a sharp move, price makes this area, consolidates, comes back, consolidates. And I was like, okay, we're probably going to be going up and down in this area prior to going back up if we continue to do so. So that's why I took the first short position around here, right? So let's go back in here. So I took the first short position around here. Maybe it's this candle specifically. Let's see. Yep, this candle. I took the first short position here. And the reason for that, why? Short move, we're overextended, guys. Okay, stocks do not go up forever. Price does not go up forever. We are overextended, right? Now that doesn't mean just short every single time we have a sharp move. You need some sort of confluence to that. What is my confluence? At this level right over here, we have no volume and we have no movement. We have price just consolidating. What is price trying to do? Is it trying to go up? Is it trying to go down? I don't know. What I do know is price starts to come down, retests, come down again, and comes back to retest, and is now giving me bearish signals. You have to understand, guys, this is all the information I have at this point. So knowing what I know, right? Also, here's another thing that I hope, let's see, I hope it doesn't, okay. So what you guys don't know is, let me see if I can pull this up over here. And don't worry about this for a second. Let me see if I can pull up SPY. I'm going to show you guys something that you may or may not know. And actually, you probably do know. We're going to go to the same exact date here. Okay, what date was it? It was January 30th. Okay. So, Tuesday, January 30th. Right over here. Okay, cool. So this is the overall market, guys. And you'll notice that we were pretty streamlined, right? You'll notice there's no gaps, there's no nothing. Like end of day, so for some reason, there was just this massive rush up. This usually doesn't happen, guys. The entire morning, we were just kind of consolidating. Then end of day, you'll notice that the market just overall goes in a very strong uptrend. And this is on the 5-minute time frame, right? So these are very strong uptrend candles. Now here's the thing, guys. Nothing happens forever. All right, let me explain this to you. Nothing happens forever. Everything has its pros, everything has its cons, and every reaction has an opposite reaction. Okay, so if we have a very strong uptrend, when there's low volume, what do you think is going to happen? The exact opposite. When we have new volume kicking in, we're probably going to have the exact opposite happen, guys. Whatever you want to call it, the market, the algorithm, the big hedge funds, they don't let anything go unnoticed, right? They're not just going to let this absolute massive move happen and not have a counter reaction to that, right? And the reason I shifted to SPY to show this to you guys is because it's a little bit more clean on the 5-minute time frame, right? So, I'm trying to take a short over here, and now I can just get rid of this, right? And what you'll notice is that I just get stopped out. Unfortunate. Now, overall, right, there was two things that could have happened in this time, right? Either we end up continuing going up, retest, and now I'm looking for longs, or we end up continuing to go down. So really dependent on what price does next, okay? And what did price do next? Massive bearish candle. So what am I noticing, guys? Again, this is all the information I have for you. We have price previously that had a very strong run up, made a strong resistance level, and continued to go down and down and down after coming back to that resistance level. We have price do the same thing, sharp run up, right? Very quick run up. So I know that chances are there's going to be a counter reaction to that. I just don't know how strong that counter reaction is going to be. But we also know that price has the strong resistance level, and price keeps on coming back to this and has a sharp move down. Not that sharp right now, but has a decent move down and is having bearish price action, bearish momentum stepping into the market. Okay, so knowing that price has done this once again, knowing that price is now again coming back to this market, come back to this level, sorry, and the market is telling me that there's bearish price action, there's bearish momentum. Look at these candlesticks, guys. As soon as the market opens, as soon as there's a volume coming in, we have very strong bearish candlesticks. So that told me again, like, hey, you know what? The first short you took was a loss. Maybe you could have been a little bit more, loose with your stop loss placement, put it up here, right? I was a little bit aggressive, I'll admit. Maybe that was my fault, but I genuinely did think we we're going to melt from here. But once I saw this bearish candlestick, I was like, that's it. I'm in this trade. I want to be in this trade. I was just waiting for a pullback, right? So this was a little bit, I don't want to say a gamble, but knowing that we were in a consolidation phase, I didn't think that we were just going to pop straight down. I did think it was going to happen eventually. I just didn't think it would happen right away. So I did wait for a pullback to happen before entering this price. After this bearish engulfing candlestick pattern happened, guys, I was ready to short. I just wanted a pullback. So again, this happened. I was kind of scared because we didn't get a pullback. And then bam, we pull back. Once you get this bullish candlestick, guys, I was just in. You'll notice, guys, my stop loss placement was better. It was a lot more loose in comparison to the first trade because I already got nicked out of the first trade. This was the highest point recently in this key resistance level. So I wanted my stop loss to be higher than that last price point. Okay. Because again, I'd already lost one trade before, but I was very convinced that we were going to go down based on the short move, based on the key resistance level, based on the bearish price action, based on the fact that all this had already happened a week before, sorry, I should say, right? So again, I was like, look, I want to go short again. I have the bearish momentum. I have the bearish price action. I need a pullback. I got the pullback. I entered, have a safer stop loss. And now I'm like, where am I going to target? I was like, this move is so sharp. It's so efficient that we're probably going to counter this move. Like we're probably going to go all the way down, right? Probably going to reset this entire move. What I didn't know is, are we going to come back to this price point right over here? And are we going to retest this and come back up? Or are we going to continue going down? So this was where I had a little bit of iffiness and I didn't know what to do. So I was just going to wait for price action to tell me. Okay, so fast forwarding a little bit, you'll notice I was very smart. It was a very smart decision to put my stop loss above this point, because if I didn't, I would have gotten stopped out again. And you notice we just end up melting. At this point, guys, again, we had pretty much reset. I don't want to say this, but at this point, we had reset this entire short move. Again, guys, if you see short moves like this, they're going to be reset. Just a pro tip for you guys. They will be reset, okay? Most likely, rather than not. At this point, I moved my stop loss to break even, and I was watching price action. I'm watching this point right over here, right? To see what is price going to do at this level. And you'll notice there's a little bit of bullish price action coming into the market. So I am a little bit scared, but I'm still watching. You know, there's a little bit more, nothing too crazy, right? I start to see a little bit more bearish price action. Now I'm pretty sure we were in Asia session. So I was literally asleep at this point. I moved my stop loss to break even and I was asleep. And I woke up, not at this time. I woke up at here. I woke up at around 9-ish a.m. and I had seen that price was, oh no, I woke up at around 8:30 a.m. News came out. I saw this happen. And I was like, okay, this is enough for me. Like, this is fine for me to continue holding the trade. Why? Bearish, strong bearish move. We're going to have a pullback. So I was eating this pullback. I saw the profits come down. I was like, it's fine. Pullbacks are normal. And we have another strong bearish move. Then we have another pullback. And we start to see more bearish price action, right? So at this point in time, I was like, okay, we're just having bearish momentum is in the market and we're just pulling back. There's a very strong chance we continue going forward. So I just held the trade. And I was really looking at what price was going to do at this point over here. Because now we're like pretty much reached we've reached the majority of the key level, right, guys? So, you know, price could start pulling back from here. If we had a lot more bullish price action from here, I would have cut the trade, right? But, you know, as you can tell, we just ended up rocketing down. I was watching the trade. And then you note we start to have this sort of like consolidation period. And that's when I just closed the trade. Now, if I held more, I could have made a lot more money. But again, you'll notice we had this very strong 2 candlesticks right over here. And that was FOMC. So between the fact that we were consolidating now and FOMC was about to come out, I just closed my position. Because in FOMC, guys, you'll notice this was a very strong candle. We could have reversed and took me out at break even. I didn't want it to happen. I wanted to secure my profits. And I was just out. And you'll notice, guys, what ended up happening? We actually end up retest this strong bearish price action, and we continue going more down. Now, realistically thinking, what would have been the best option for me? It would have been close out a partial over here, right? My stop loss is already at break even, and hold my trade. And I could have probably, you know, gotten targeted down these lows and then these lows, close another partial here, close another partial here, etc. You know, hindsight's 2020, guys. At this point in time, I had the most amount of money that I had ever made. I'd also not traded with support and resistance for a very long time, right? So this was just in the moment, just trading based off experience. This wasn't my day trading strategy at the time. It was just, I just saw it happen and I was like, this is what's going to end up happening. I'm just so convinced. This was just trading off experience. This was very discretionary. I don't like trading discretionary, but I just knew that this was most likely going to end up happening. It was a great risk to reward ratio. So I was like, why am I going to be greedy based on all these factors? Let me just take my profits and let me just run. Okay. And that's what I ended up doing, and it worked out in my favor. That's how I made $1,700 in one trade and in one day. Technically $1,400 in one day. Okay, here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. I made $1,700 in one trade and one day. Okay, I held this trade overnight. So I closed this trade on January 31st. So in one day, January 31st, I made $1,700. That is what I'm saying. Yes, technically, the trade was entered on January 30th, and I took 2 trades on January 30th, one of them being a loser. So maybe you can consider the fact that I made $1,400 in one day. I'm going to say $1,700. Anyways, I hope this entire breakdown video made sense to you guys. You'll notice a decent amount of it was just based on my experience, right? I can't give you statistics on very sharp moves having a counter reaction, right? I can't give you statistics on that. It's just my experience in the market for about 4 years of trading told me that this is what's likely to happen. And when price does something like that, a counter reaction is gonna come, right? And I just thought that I should take advantage of that, and I did, right? Do I suggest you guys to trade off that? No. Do I suggest? I mean, maybe you can add a Confluence like that, but do I suggest you guys simply trade off that? No. Do I suggest you guys simply trade off discretion? No. You need more Confluences than what I was trading with, guys. I just have the experience to me that made it worthwhile, right? That being said, guys, I hope this video made sense. Like the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. Assalamu alaikum, Allah Hafiz. Peace out.